Hey, Internet. I'm Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net. And this little peanut butter and jelly sandwich eating dude is sketch daft. When did you become sketch daft?
I guess as soon as I started talking on this podcast, I don't know, about a year and a half ago or so.
That's fair.
That's what they tell me, Jason.
All right. Yeah. So today we're going to talk a little about.
Just got back from lunch. Read your site. Sorry.
Yeah. No. What can you do? I mean, that's how it goes. You know, you'd be eating Cheetos all day. You got Cheeto stuff all over your fingers. What are you supposed to do? We're gonna talk about Indiana Jones really briefly before I forget, because I wanted to get to this and I kind of forgot it earlier. But Mangold, he's out there. He's out there and he's saying, "Shut the fuck up." Is what Mangold is telling people. He's all, "So I took a B-day break from Trolls, but it seems I gotta once again say we're not shooting and never shot any new scenes or alt endings. Our film is 99% finished, getting rated by MPAA and VFX being completed. Happy holidays."
It's alt-right endings, Jason.
Yeah. So what happened was so there was a bogus story out there saying that they were test screening all of these different endings to the movie, which was just bullshit. It wasn't true. And I'm kind of getting a lot of info on test screenings actually. And there was no Indiana Jones test screening. And they don't ever test screen Lucasfilm stuff. Star Wars and Indiana Jones is just generally considered to be too big to test screen. How do you test? You could just get the wrong audience and just think the wrong thing. It's too big. You need too big of a sample. You need to do too many test screenings, and then it would literally just all leak out onto the internet. So they don't do it because they think if you know anything about the movie, oh, it's ruined, because they think that their movies are that fragile, and sometimes they are, but that's only if they're not good, right?
Their fans are that fragile. I mean, think about all the harassment I've gotten over liking Avatar for 10, 13 years now. And if I say, hey, man, I don't know why they did a Bernie Man sequence in the middle of Rise of Skywalker where Lando's just hanging out in a fucking drawer for no reason, I get told, you idiot, this is the greatest movie ever. Yeah. Maybe they should test it. Can't test it. Too big to
Wait,
test.
are you doing an imitation of an Avatar fan right now or a Star Wars
fan?
Jedi
Mike.
You guys both sound the same to me.
It's what Jedi Mike sounds like off air. Hey, that whole thing he was doing, no, that's all a show. He actually talks like this.
Jedi Mike is my friend. Come on.
What?
Come on.
Dude, friend to you, me, bots, everybody, you know?
So, anyways, we will get to Jedi Mike in just a second. So, anyways, yeah, happy birthday, Mangold. I think he's one day closer to death and kicking your ass. That's what it sounds like. And
69, death 0, right?
Right. And
he should have put it was his 69th birthday, even if it wasn't.
So why I think that happened though was because of those screenings. But then John Williams comes out, and John Williams is like, "Oh, I'm doing the alternate endings," and people got that clip of him saying that, and they're like, "Oh, well, there it is. It's all confirmed." But John Williams, I think he misspoke, and what he's actually talking about is that he is doing alternate endings for his music for the endings, not that there's alternate endings to the movies or he needs to rescore it. I think he's actually doing like a different take, like they recorded a take of it. Maybe he wasn't happy with it. They're going to do a re-record, or he rewrote something because he decided he had a better idea. I think that's where it was going. I don't have the clip on me, but I saw the clip earlier in the week. And I remember thinking it could literally mean either of these things. With Mangold's clarification, I'm going to say that's what we actually have going on here with John Williams. So, he says he's written and conducted 2 hours of brilliant music, at least 60 plus cues. Maybe there are 1 or 2 small pieces left behind, but it's a huge score and 99% in the film. So,
balls deep in the film. That's what
balls deep.
Mangold, man, he gets real descriptive.
Yeah, Mangold doesn't fuck around. I think that's what we have here. I don't think he's talking about. He's not saying. I think Williams is not saying James Mangold has more stuff filmed. I think John Williams has stuff to re-record. So then he goes on to say 6 months to the World War release. No, I'm kidding. 6 months.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
Wonder Woman.
What he knows. Scoops. 6 months to the worldwide wide release, but our post schedule is over in weeks. We don't always keep working until the release date. Idris, I'm starting to dig into my next film. So he's almost done with it. It's almost completed. That's gonna be weird that it's just gonna be like done, just sitting there, like in a Disneyland closet.
Jesse told me it's Indiana Jones and Hunter Biden's laptop. That's the next film for Mansgold.
Poor
Can't
Jesse.
wait. I know, right?
So why did John?
Got a lot of free time now. They got all my packages delivered.
This Dino guy says, so why did John Williams talk about reshooting and rescoring the ending? And Mangold says he was mistaken, asked and answered elsewhere, and that's just another clarification to that.
A 98-year-old conductor didn't get it actually, accurately correct, and he tweeted something or said something.
Now, I thought this was funny and also might interest you, but it says, so the Wolverine post credits cameo with Hugh Jackman was never shot, huh? Sure. And then he's like, yep, it's certainly shot. I directed it. Hope you enjoyed. So I'm pretty sure that's going to make idiots are going to go like, Mangold confirms Wolverine is in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
So, confirmed.
Tells him to fuck off.
Confirmed by the director. But yeah. So, anyways, that's your daily Indiana Jones update as you like.
Idiotic Jones news, right? Mm-hmm. There's something there. I gotta whiteboard it.
God, I'm really bad. I didn't plan on doing an Indiana Jones thing as much as it's on my brain today. But the guy on Facebook who leaked the Dial of Destiny as the title has like a name for Antonio Banderas, and it's a name that was used in the Darabont script. No, it was like Ronaldo. I want to say.
Oh shit, Ronaldo! I remember that one. What?
So yeah, but people are like, wow, does this sort of like canonize that story, or is it based off of that, or is it a coincidence? But I think it's a coincidence personally.
It's going to appear in a Marvel comic soon, so then it's canon.
Right.
Hey, oh no, I guess that's all legends. So yeah, the Marvel series. I actually like that Marvel Indiana Jones comic. Thought it was good.
Yeah,
remember the one from the 80s? That was pretty good.
Comics, yeah. I also like the Last Crusade adaptations. Those were the ones I first got, and some of the early Dark Horse ones aren't bad either. Indiana Jones works well in comic form, more than I'd say even some aspects of Star Wars. But it's never going to be as big as Star Wars, so it'll never get as much love as it should.
It had the worst title though of all time, dude.
Which one?
They should have took the title from the comic and made it the next movie. It was The Further Adventures. They should just call the movie The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones. But Marvel guys, it's from the that would what do you do? Just troll.
Indiana Jones can't quit. Oh yeah,
don't stop, won't stop.
There was an Ahsoka clip today, just one shot from like an ad about Disney Plus, and this is it right here. You can just see her take her like hood off, and she's in that white city. So this is kind of cool to see.
Nothing else to talk about, Jason. Show's over.
It's done. It's done.
This is where the feet were, right? When you were out there.
Yeah, the giant white plaster feet. It's like, yep. Who knows where this is, but
she's looking up at you. There he is, that motherfucker.
She's like, oh shit. So look at that weirdo. But yeah, the sound to it was just like a guy going like, Disney Plus is gonna be wild. So I didn't keep the audio.
That was me.
Oh.
Yeah, it's my new gig.
Even better reason why I got rid of it. Rian Johnson. So Bestman Bulletin has an article up. I already read the article, so I'm not going to read it again today. But has an article up Ryan's basically stating he would do a Star Wars TV show. But the important distinction is he's not saying he would do his trilogy as a TV show. He's saying he would gladly do a TV show. And if he had an idea that fit the TV format, he would do it. But he's not saying that his trilogy idea would make for a good series.
What if he decided to do Boba season 2 and they called it Breaking Boba, and then motherfuckers just couldn't?
No.
What? No. Wow, you shut that down.
No, he wants respect. He needs respect. You can't have that.
Better Call Sith.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
Okay, is that good?
Okay.
Can we do
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's
Yeah.
on. That one's on.
Yeah.
You know what? I was real with you on
Golden
that first
gonks?
one.
How about
Hey,
golden gonks?
I'm
Can we do
stern,
golden?
but fair.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like golden gonks. I want that one.
Golden gongs.
Estelle Getty's is gonk one. I
Yeah.
mean, B. Arthur, we bring her back from the dead. I mean, it's a holiday special deal. We can.
So if you were in charge of Lucasfilm, Rob, Kathleen
I'm
Kennedy's
not.
like,
Oh,
guess what? After Indiana Jones, I'm gonna retire because everybody hates me here. Okay.
Like a real coked up high pitch Eric.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody hates me here. Oh.
So,
Kathleen Kennedy.
no, would you rather have a Disney Plus series that was like let's say 3 seasons, or would you rather have a trilogy from Rian Johnson? Film or TV? I would take either personally. I think either's a win for us. I think The Last Jedi could have been done on TV for the most part.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, man, like, how do I say this, man? Like, because I think Knives Out works great as a movie. You know what I mean?
And we'll see Glass Onion this week, and we'll see how it goes on. But it's still a movie, though. It's still a movie, but
it's still a movie.
Yeah, still a movie. So maybe it doesn't count.
That's what the CEO of Netflix's wife has to tell him, right? You're still making movies. I know.
That should be their like new slogan. It's still a movie.
It's still yeah. He is making that detective, like he's doing like a Columbo kind of style show, right? It's not a good accurate thing, but those sort of detective, style procedural shows over at Apple. I think he's doing that.
Murder She Wook. It's about a Wookiee.
Yeah, Murder She Wook. It's a good one. Good one, Jason.
Yeah.
I like that.
Murder
only a fan of the holiday special would fucking suffer through 26 episodes of
well, all of the clues are given in Schreier Wook, whatever the fuck it's called. And
no,
then
they're given in the TV show they're given in the mock TV shows we have to watch within the show. And he turns on the TV and it's some chick with 7 arms making fucking bread for, like that kind of stuff. So yeah, I guess. Look, man, when it comes to Star Wars movie stuff, like, I feel like they need to not deal with a giant. I don't know. They need to be focused on the film and not the talent. So at this point, I just want a big win with the fucking movies, man. I'm tired of fucking.
But Ryan called me a man baby on the internet. How do I get past it?
By Twitter.
Oh, okay. Actually, it's looking like buying Twitter. Twitter makes you a bigger man baby than people ever thought you could be.
That was the plan. I didn't say it went according to plan, but that was the plan. But, so yeah, I guess the series. It just depends on like if he's just gonna do more lore stuff. Like what do I mean? Like Filoni Rebels Cartoon Network live action. No. But if he saw Andor and was like, oh, I could do something that I would write, you know what I mean? Then I'd be more interested in that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. He seems to, I mean, when you look at like the Breaking Bad stuff that he did and the stuff that he did, like Looper, that definitely leans more towards the Andor side of the pendulum. Or swings
certainly leads toward the Akira side of things. I mean, Looper's the closest to Akira we've ever gotten in live action.
Yeah, and then like Last Jedi is sort of the other end of the spectrum where it's a bit more fantasy. I would say it feels more fantasy overall. So yeah, I hope Ryan makes a lot more Star Wars stuff.
But if it was like Rian Johnson's going to direct all of Boba Fett season whatever, then that would not go well. Like it's just gonna be forever. We're gonna be sitting here dealing with, and now he's changing the toy.
Oh,
he might have been a great pick for fucking Kenobi with the way he writes, though, dude.
Yeah, I don't want that from him personally. I don't want him taking some other established thing and then being like, oh, Star Wars Chewbacca by Rian Johnson or whatever.
Yeah, his own.
I want original shit from him because he is so good at what he does as being a writer and a director. Yet these people are so fucking hung up on what their imaginary dad, Luke Skywalker, is supposed to be in their brains that they just can't see it. So it's just better if they just go through and he makes a whole new thing with all new characters and I think we'd all be happier. You know, probably, anyways. Wow, cool guy. It's a cool guy walking down the street right now. Listen to his radio on his bike, living his best life.
It's Tyrant. His what he does when he hate
Is that
tweets all day.
Tyrant?
Yeah.
Come on in, dude. Just come on
Yeah.
in. Join the show, Tyrant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, he can. His parents named him Tyrant. Sad. He has to live up to it.
Yeah, Bespin Bulletin has an article up on that Ahsoka, clip or whatever. Looks good. It looks cool. I actually like the under costume that she has going on too. I'm curious if we're gonna see her without like the poncho. I know we're gonna see her like with the white robe on, not this one, but an actual like white robe. And yeah, but there's pretty good stuff there. Let's talk to the chat. See what the chat is what's going on with those little maniacs. All right. So Jedi Mike says Avatar 1 is the Phantom Menace and Avatar 2 is Attack of the Clones. Discuss.
Well, you're right. There you go. You're right. That's what it is. You got me.
I disagree because I don't think Avatar 1 is a particularly strong movie. And I think Avatar 2 is stronger. Whereas I would say Phantom Menace is a better put together film than Attack of the Clones. So therefore, I think that the analogy is reversed for me.
Well, I think he's right. I think Jedi Mike should take my place on the show as the guy who just tells Jason how much everything sucks. Right?
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
What?
Okay. The Last Jedi is a better sequel to TFA than Avatar 2 is to 1.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I also
agreeing with, it's the best, dude.
Yeah, but Avatar 2 is more like what The Force Awakens is to Return of the Jedi, in the sense that we have a time gap, everything has changed, and it's also a retelling of what we've had before to introduce it to basically a new generation of consumers. So, I was telling Bespin this the other day. I was like, for me, Avatar 3 is like that's the most important one that they're gonna make, because Avatar 3 is the one where it can't be the same thing anymore. It has to actually go someplace new, and I have to actually be invested in care. And then if it is, I'll probably see them all. And if it's not, that's probably
I'm gonna be the only one in the theaters, guys.
I think now you're the only one saying this. Now that it's made $1 billion.
No,
my friend,
did below expectations.
You are.
It was supposed to.
No, did it seriously?
That's what they said. Below expectation. I thought the expectations was $-, but I was told I'd be the only person going.
Is that really true though, or is that just like Hollywood doing what it does because it didn't make like an ungodly amount of money? People didn't go see it 3 times already. Like, is it actually tracking at a lower level in terms of like drop off? Do they even know the drop off yet? It hasn't even been a week.
So all of it. No, it's going to make $0 next week.
No, but seriously though, I mean, there hasn't really been a drop off time yet, right? So therefore, anything that's saying that is just that like, oh, let's get shocked, and then when it's not true, if it's not true, then they get to go do the, oh my god, it's pulling it out, it's the Cameron magic, everybody. So I'm calling bullshit on it right now and saying I don't think anybody knows what they're talking about yet. But I could be wrong. But if that's what they're saying, I can't tell. Rob, you don't have a take on it? You're just like, eh.
I honestly, Jason, no joke, I could give a fuck less if Star Wars made $1 or 100 million. I remember when 1999, when the Phantom Menace came, I didn't know, I couldn't tell you how much money that movie made that year.
Yeah,
I couldn't tell you how much so I'm talking like within my adult lifetime, not like,
sure,
like this all started when the internet kind of like got took over by the film fan community, got took over by the Sports Center crowds, right?
Yeah.
Who want to bring up stats and numbers and like that means anything, and that's
Dude, bros.
And then when they complain about, And they complain when these same fans complain about how like their comic book movies aren't being made well. Well, you know who's running behind the scenes? The quote unquote Wall Street guys. They're the Sports Center fucking stats bros. They're the ones who are coming out going like, this is like when you get rid of a coach. I'm like, no, it has nothing to do with like getting rid of a coach. A director of a
Coach
film is not the
Kennedy, you're
same.
out.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's just
sorry,
not,
Rob.
but that's what they do. They just turn everything into sports. And soon as how the only sports I ever enjoyed was WWF in the 90s and NFL Blitz, I'm like the least interested in this conversation, you know?
Yeah.
So
I hate
I
it
just
when they do
expect
it to music. They try to make music into competitive sports, and it's not.
I worked on games that were financially uh, they did better than the studios expected, and I worked on games that were at a really high quality that did below. And, you know, like losing my job because the fucking internet, you know, didn't get more of what it wanted. It got more of something different. I don't know, man. It's just so fucking weird. If everyone had the answers as to like what would be successful and what would make money, they'd all be making money. They
Yep.
would all be successful. The Rock, the Black Adam would make $1 billion, right? Like none of this
Mhm.
makes any sense. Like Shawshank Redemption would have done well in the theaters, and it fucking did not, you know. Like,
Yeah.
so I mean, I'm trying. I don't know. So I think about this. Like, I'm like, I think what it really comes down to is when people find out you're a fan of something and they're not, they want to show you and prove to you why you're a fucking idiot for ever liking anything in the first place. And I think the difference between me and half our audience or half the fucking internet out there is that when I see something that I like, it inspires me to make more stuff. I don't care about the discourse about from anyone else because it didn't speak to them. That whether
Mhm.
something speaks to them or entertains them or not doesn't move me to move my pencil one bit. When things inspire me, that makes me want to create more. So sitting over here every day, fucking going, Rob, for a year, your fucking shit sucks and you suck and your fucking movies suck and everything you life suck. And what do you think about it? Makes me go, I'm gonna get back to work when I get done because I don't give two shits what you fucking think already about my fucking second ticket on Friday. And if I'm the only one in the theater, I'd really appreciate it because we're under a fucking another COVID pandemic. Even the director fucking got COVID and couldn't go to his own fucking premiere, you know? So like, stop fucking telling me every fucking day how much fucking it's okay to like shit you love so much because you love the prequels, and then while simultaneously fucking telling me that everything I like fucking sucks and it's stupid and it's never going to be good and you should fucking get used to it because I'm not going off the show. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here. All right, Jason, that's what I think about the box office. All
Yeah. So, Rob, I see you.
right. Yeah, that's what I think.
Azure says, enjoyed your Avatar show after I saw the film, but I need to vent after the worst cinema experience I've ever had. I was seething with fury or furry for over 3 hours, and I watched the incredible film. So you and as is true, I think are brothers.
I feel
You
for
guys
Kevin
are,
Smith, man. Like he was on the show the other day and someone tweeted out to him on his show,
yeah.
I wish you had died from your heart attack so you couldn't make more He-Man cartoons or something. It got to him, dude. It finally got to him. He went on a rant
Okay.
too, you know?
What a fucking baby.
Yeah.
You made me mad about my He-Man.
I know.
Jesus.
That's all I hear. Yeah.
Probably fucking spends his whole day drawing Sonic
Yeah.
fucking tails too.
Yeah. I just tell people, hey, you know what, man? You know what made a lot of money was The Rise of Skywalker. Let J.J. Abrams keep making your Star Wars movies. Just let him do it. That'd be great.
Well, no, I mean, I'm totally with you in that. I mean, tons of movies
Yeah,
I love that I think are the best movies of the year. I don't think are going to make as much movie as even Avatar. You know what I'm saying? Which is a big failure I've heard today on this show.
Yeah.
No, so it's completely irrelevant. But where it is relevant is what it means about how much more we might get or can get. So that is where I am invested. That is where I do care. There was that rumor that, or I think it was more than a rumor, but that he supposedly turned in like a 9-hour cut of the next one, and he's like kind of like sounds like he's trying to push for potentially to have a film.
Snyder gave that out on his thing, and even he was like he'd like to be wrong about that one. So I don't know. That wasn't really a
Yeah, I saw a quote from Cameron saying like nobody knows how this shit works. I'm a child of the '60s. I like disruption, and I could see doing this other ways. So it would be kind of cool though if they did a theatrical version and like a Disney Plus version, like Disney Plus series version. I would watch it. You know, why not?
See, Tyrant's one of these guys that I've been having to deal with the last couple of weeks, right? Who
Oh,
keep telling me how
Tyrant.
AI is just going to replace me as an artist, because he can type in some shit and just make a whole fucking game from it, and never pay anybody. So
Right?
there you go, Tyrant. That's you. There. That's the
What did
last I'm going to deal with your fucking hating ass. Like,
oh,
I don't care, dude.
I didn't
No,
see what
no,
he
man.
said.
Like, he
What did he
goes out
say?
of the way every fucking show, dude, the last week, just to talk shit about me. So fuck you, bro. Like,
Well,
seriously, I don't give a fuck about the movie. It's that it's just trying to get to me. Okay, now you got to me. So fuck you. I see you. Fuck you. How about that one? How
oh
about that
shit.
one?
You got fucking
Yeah.
you got Avatar fucked.
Oh, that's been looking forward to it. I bend over for it. That's what I waited for. I just love AI fucking dudes know everything, man. You know what I mean? Like, he sent me pictures, like he rendered my face out in MetaHuman and wanted me to like respond to it. Like, leave me the fuck alone, bro. I'm not your buddy.
Tyrant says
Go tweet out
Mangold to
Mangold.
rewrite
Yeah.
Avatar 3 through 6 to save Disney from all that red ink. Nah, never.
Yeah.
I still haven't seen I honestly haven't seen all of Mangold's films. I still need to watch. I watched
You didn't
a
see
lot of
310?
well, yeah, I did actually when it came out at the drive-in. 310 to Yuma?
Yeah,
That one?
310 you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A long
Russell
time ago
Crowe,
though. And it was
Christian
like
Bale.
yeah, it was like a movie I enjoyed enough, but also didn't make a huge impact on me.
It
So,
was like there was a Western that was made out in Australia, like around 2004. That was really cool because it was like you don't see Westerns set in Australia. And it kind of like had that kind of vibe of that movie, but it was a different. So it's not like I know a lot of people are saying this is the greatest Western made. No, it's a really solid fucking film,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has like a different like take on what is the greatest Western or what's a Western to them kind of stuff, Some people say like about Tombstone or like the
Jaws.
Searchers, which it could
Jaws is
be.
a Western.
I watched the Fablemans. You see that?
No. I know of it. Yeah,
It's
Spielberg.
the Steven Spielberg like biographical film, slightly, mostly. It's good. It's good. The first few minutes of it, I was like a little bit groany because it was like him as like a child, and it was a bit whimsical. And I was like, "Oh, this is going to be a self suck, isn't it?" But when it gets on, it gets like a bit better, and it's really about like his mom's sort of like love affair with someone else that's not her father, and I didn't really expect that. But that stuff was good, but it was kind of weird because I think she's terrible. I think she's a terrible person. And the movie seeks to glorify her, but she seems like just a shit person. So, but if you ever see it, let me know. I'm curious about your thoughts.
Will do.
But
I still gotta watch Greasy Stranglers.
Oh shit, yeah, you do. That shit's great.
I know.
That shit is great. I'm telling you, you will laugh.
Yeah.
Me and my daughter, we went out last night.
How much did it make at the box office?
You know what? It doesn't matter because you want to know why? It's a classic.
Sure?
Fucking classic. Sure? It made classic money. But yeah, I won't let my kids watch the full movie, but I've shown them like moments from it and like the hot dog scene that I put on the show a long time ago. Last night we had hot dogs and my daughter's like, I need more grease on my dog. She's just like yelling that. It makes me laugh. But so Jedi Mike says on Nerd Through tonight we'll understand the misunderstanding. Whoa, what? That's crazy. Netflix, we're still content, says Jedi Mike. Yeah. Yeah, I pay for Netflix and I don't know why most of the time, but I'm excited for Glass Onion. I'm gonna watch Glass Onion. It'll be like probably the first thing in about 5 months I've watched on Netflix that I've cared about. And I should probably just get rid of my Netflix
I told
account
you
for a
if
while.
they only made Stranger Things, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm like funding. Like
Yeah.
Plus they got a lot of great anime, man. Like even some original stuff. Like there's one called The Great Pretender, which actually has the Queen song at the end. And it's
Freddie
all
Mercury
about
doing it? That's
yeah,
Freddie
yeah.
Mercury's
It's a
cover?
Freddie Mercury.
That's cool.
Yeah, not a cover, the actual song. They paid for it. But it's
it's
them
originally a
doing,
cover.
Right, but it's the
It's a
Freddie
cover.
Mercury vocals. It's not someone.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
But because it could be like Lana Del Rey doing it, like
sure.
too
Or
really
oh yes, I'm the great pretender. Jazz,
no.
Japanese jazz. I love.
It's at
I
the
love when
end
they
of
get
the
jazzy.
show.
I do like it when Japanese jazz gets jazzy.
Well, the opening of the show has has a jazz song. It's just an original jazz
I
song.
knew it. I fucking knew
The
it.
first episode, it's about heights, like kind of like Ocean's 11, but it goes anime kind of crazy. The first episode's great though because they set it in LA. So if you want to see what the Japanese think about LA, you should just watch at least the first episode
Okay.
because they have
Okay.
like their own like in and out. Everyone's stuck in traffic and like it's their it's like
Right.
yeah
Sounds like
they're
a
like
LA so far.
yeah it's their impress. It's very clever. I love the series. So.
I watched most of the first season of My Hero Academia this week because the
Is
skins are in
Pinocchio?
Fortnite. I wanted to see it. And I'm digging it. I also watched the first season of Kindred. You heard of that one? Book
No.
by Octavia Butler. Really good. If you never heard of it, never seen it, watch that one. It's about a young black woman who's about 26 who moves into a new house in Silver Lake. And then when she wakes up in the middle of the night, she's during the antebellum South, and she's saving a white baby. And then she wakes up. Somebody goes to like attack her. She wakes back up, and she starts basically like time traveling back to the slave times, and is having to help white people. And then starts to realize that she could help slaves in the time, and it gets complicated. But it's really cool. I liked it a lot. It was really good.
I gotta watch.
It's
That sounds cool.
it's much better
I'll
than Interview with the Vampire, which was just bastardized the book. This actually
people seem to
expanded the
like
book.
that show too.
Yeah, Interview with the Vampire is good if you've never read Interview with the Vampire.
Oh.
That's what's hard to explain. It's a piece of shit compared to the real thing, but it's better than most average things. The series. But it could have been fucking great. Instead, it's like, oh, kind of cool. But yeah. Sorry, were you going to say something?
Oh, I gotta watch Pinocchio. That's the one I gotta see.
Oh, the
I
Pinocchio
heard.
movie. Yeah. That's in my top 3 right now. I think
Yeah.
Triangle of Sadness, Pinocchio, and maybe I'm not sure what I put on number 3 yet. But yeah, it's up there. It's definitely up there. That's a really good fucking script, man. Like really good script. And
Yeah, I
like
really
Pinocchio is
wish.
something that we grew up like hearing. So to actually make that relevant, fresh, and like intriguing, it's good, man. It's just good.
It's the kind of movie I know my uncle has to be a fan of, but because
Mhm.
he turned into a racist Trumpster, I can't talk to him anymore.
Yeah.
And it just breaks my heart. I'm like, that's the movie I could talk to my uncle about right now, but I can't
Yeah.
ever talk to my uncle again. So
Well,
yeah.
maybe it would open his eyes that fascism isn't your friend. Terrence says, I'd take more bad Star Wars than bad Cameron movies.
Oh well, don't worry, you're gonna get plenty of those.
I would take Star Wars movies and Cameron movies over most things anyways. So I take another solo movie. Uh-oh.
Where?
Jedi Mike
You
says,
take it where?
give me a bad Rogue Squadron movie before another DC nonsense. That's kind of where I'm at with it, but also like the Batman was good, and then I'm interested to see what James Cameron does. I mean James Cameron,
So
fucking
you
what's
got
his
him on
name?
ahead.
I know because I keep
James
talking about
Gunn.
James Gunn.
Yeah.
I'm
What's what's
interested
sad
to give him a chance. Yeah.
what's sad about that Black Adam thing, man, is I've been a huge Dr. Fate fan since that Superpowers. Remember the
Okay.
Superpowers toys back in the
Yeah.
80s, right?
Wonder Twins
And
activate a
I'm like,
dildo.
they cast the perfect guy, and I hear he's great, but I gotta sit through this whole fucking movie to get through just the part I want to see. So I'm like, I mean, eventually I will, but it's just a bummer because like if you had put Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate and then made Black Adam the antagonist in that movie that they convert to helping or something, like in a way, but because of the way The Rock promotes himself in classic wrestling fashion, he can never be second string, right?
Yeah.
He can't appear in a Shazam movie as a villain. He has to have his own thing because he's still operating under the WWE style fucking philosophy. It's that's not movies, guys. Wrestling works in wrestling world and nowhere else other than politics, and we've seen how horribly wrong that can go, right?
Maybe you just need to accept the fact that changing the hierarchy of the DC cinematic universe forever was going to break some hearts and some bones, bro. No? Okay. There was accusations that he I think it was Deadline that he like planted fake stories in Deadline about how profitable the movie was going to be, and it was like, no, it's
No, he
not.
said they made 47. Look, you can't ever say a movie's going to make $1 profit, because as the Queen movie showed you, even if they spend 60 million on it and it makes $1 billion, they're still going to claim a loss. They will
Yeah.
always claim this. This was brought up to me by my animation instructor, Jerry Bryce. So he used to work at Disney. He worked on he used to do like in betweens and clean up animation, like on Oliver and Company through Little Mermaid, right? And then he went, the Paul Abdul video with the cat. He
MC
animated a
Scat
lot of
Cat, of course I
he did a
know.
lot of work on that,
Duh.
Yeah.
Forever Your Girl, bitch.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
that shit on vinyl.
So he was part of the cat that was helping to represent the dude who sued over Coming to America, right? Like he got
Mm-hmm.
ripped off and won.
Mm-hmm.
And so like he was part of that legal battle. He was also part of the legal battle that went on behind the scenes when Pixar stole, Mike, the little green dude from Monsters
Mm-hmm.
Inc. They stole
Yeah.
that from, I think, the Rat Fiend guy. Like there's that guy that does all those little monsters. They had
Okay.
him come to the studio and he left a sketch behind and they kept it and then made that the character. And that's why
Right.
when they were in litigation when the Monsters Inc. ride appeared at California Adventure, remember when that appeared and there was no pictures of Mike everywhere? It was just Sully. It's because they
Right.
didn't know they were going to be able to use that again, like in promotion
Mm.
and stuff. So like, but they eventually settled out or won the court, and then they got Monsters Inc. made, blah 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 blah. But he told me it doesn't matter. So this is like 2002. He was like, look, it doesn't matter how much the movie makes, they will always find a way to claim a loss. Like,
Well, I was at D23 and I took out like $17 in like loose ones, and I put it on the table. And I looked away. I saw John Lasseter in a stupid fucking like Hawaiian shirt walking down, and the money was gone.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hollywood Freaks on the Hollywood Zine, says Jedi Mike. Jedi Mike is singing it. The second week's legs for the first viewers will be awesome for Avatar. I think is what Mike is talking about.
Oh, they
Yeah,
got
I mean,
big 9-foot tall legs. Look at them.
well, it's like once it's out for a week and we see what the actual drop off is and what the returns look like. That's when we'll be able to probably project what Avatar looks like. Even that will be hazy because you don't know how many people are gonna return to like see it. Like, I'm not the average Avatar goer probably or film fan. I'm a bit weird, so I wouldn't count myself as something to like say, well, because I do this, it's that. But I saw like the first one like 3 times. I saw this one time, and I probably won't see it again.
Well, it has a real traumatic sequence in the center,
Mm-hmm.
So it's rewatching that's going to be tough for people. Like when I saw that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is fucking something people need to see, but this is not something that told you like an old couple walked out, they were traumatized.
Yeah.
So like that's that part where it's like, what do you do, man? You put that in a TV show, everyone says it's the greatest fucking TV show of episode of thing made because blah 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 blah. You put in a movie and it cuts out so many people wanting to rewatch your film. So then studios go, well, you need your films to just all be like Top Gun Maverick, where everyone has a good time. And then all the films are like Top Gun Maverick, where everyone has a good time. And then you're like, the films don't do anything meaningful and deep anymore. And all they're trying to do is get us to have a good time. And now I'm not having a good time. So like, that's what's so weird about movie stuff, right? That's why like you can't apply TV writing to like fucking movie stuff because they don't equate. If it was all about just, hey man, it's a great time, fucking Speed
Mm-hmm.
Racer had a shitload of great time moments. That didn't do anything at the fucking theater,
I think that's their best movie too.
Yeah,
Strangely,
I'm
I
with
really
you.
do. I'm not
It's the
trying to
one
be
movie I wish got a 3D conversion too. You know what I mean? Like with the way they shot all those plates and
yeah,
stuff. Like, yeah.
yeah, that would look
But
that would be fun.
and then you have to have everyone tell me how Marvel's dying while Doctor Strange still made like more money than every other fucking movie other than Maverick. So like no one knows, man. Like that's the thing. Nobody knows. And this whole like looking at numbers thing is like when people watch football and they tell you, hey, these teams won all week. That means they're gonna win the Super Bowl. And you're like, that's not how it works, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just how it works. That's not how it works, man. I wish it were predictable, but
Fantasy Filoni ball is what we call it around here.
Filoni ball.
Filoni ball.
You're gonna get them riled up.
Oh shit. Okay.
Gonna get them all hot and bothered.
Tyrant says they projected 175 million domestic, then lowered it to 150 million. It opened at 135 million. So a little bit in okay. Well, Avatar opened one at 249 million week one, then 476 million week two, and maintained about 230 million week after for 6 weeks. And then he goes on to continue. Tyrant says Avatar 2 is projected well below that on opening, and week one forecasts are showing downturn, not upward projections, unlike Avatar 1, which I and many predicted it would.
Yeah, well, you're a genius. You know, you should get
My
a job doing that, Tyrant. You know,
my
they
thing
could
about
use
it,
you.
well, my thing about it was when Avatar came out, like the original film, there wasn't a lot that was like serialized stuff at the time. Whereas now people like there's been, 8 Star Wars movies or whatever between then, and the Marvel films like all the time are always happening and stuff like that. And I figured either it was going to lead to, besides COVID, actually either a healthier climate for Avatar, or it was going to be like people are kind of doing their things now, and that like that audience might be fragmented between the DC films and the Marvel films and the Star Wars films, because they all share, it's all the same fucking consumers to some extent anyways. So but I'm curious to see how it goes. um the 9-hour rumor seems fake, so yeah, maybe it is though. Yeah, maybe it is. But
Well,
he did
Snyder
say,
even said he'd be happy to be debunked on that one. There's always a 9-hour cut of a film. I don't think people understand that. It's not the 9-hour cut thing because everyone has some crazy work print cut. You know,
yeah,
it's the finishing
work
visual
prints
effects.
on a 2-hour movie are oftentimes 4 hours.
Right.
So if you have a movie that's going to be 3.5 hours long, it's completely within the realm of possibility that yet the rough fucking like work print
But
assembly cut is that.
Cameron's
Right?
films generally ran 3 hours. It's the
Mhm.
theatrical release they cut down, which is why you always got these special editions that were even longer.
Yeah.
Titanic was the one that kind of ran the most longest in the theater, which is why they were like, it can't make its money back because of blah 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 blah. Like, no one knows, man.
But they didn't know how hard and how wet those teenagers were for Leonardo DiCaprio.
And had
Oh
we had
boy.
COVID in 1997, I don't think
Yeah.
that film makes any money. You know,
Well, sure. I mean, that's
like we just can't tell, man. Like what people are gonna risk going out for. I mean, I don't know how anybody risks going out for fucking half the films. You know.
yeah.
So
I mean, but Top Gun fucking did it somehow. Top Gun fucking did it. That's crazy. I would not have ever expected Top Gun to be like the movie of the year. Top Gun 2, more Maverick, and to make what it did. So it's a weird time. Hard to predict any of this bullshit. As the Truth says, gave them a shock, and they. Oh wait, sorry. Here's As the Truth's first part. It says left early to see the IMAX previews. Crazy drivers made me get in 1 minute before the film starts. People still talking as it starts. 30 seconds in, 1 minute. I turned and said, "Excuse me, but can you shut up?" Gave them a shock, but they didn't stop. Neither did the people on my right, nor did most of the 150 people in the IMAX theater for 3 hours. The
yeah, well,
fuck?
I told you this is the problem. I've always had a problem with people in theaters. I mean, this goes back to 2004. I was watching, was it Road to Perdition, right?
Uh-huh.
And these dudes were fucking laughing at all the dramatic parts. They had a picnic basket full of booze in the theater, dude, and they had to
I,
be fucking
I want to
escorted by
cut what you
security.
just said. There were these dudes fucking. They had a picnic basket full of
Yeah,
booze.
they were. I know. I wish
If you
I
just
wish
cut
I
off
did.
that one word.
Yeah, I know. I pause sometimes.
Sorry,
It's
go
odd.
on.
I have an
Go
odd
on.
pausing mechanism, but
Yeah, go on.
but
Sorry.
now, like, I mean, people have tried to say it's because they go home and they watch stuff and they get to the theater, they have to keep talking. I'm gonna tell you that's not it. It's because the fucking movie theaters don't don't care. If the
Yeah.
movie theaters literally fucking threw your fucking ass out and then charged you for another ticket for fucking causing a fucking ruckus, they'd all stop. But we live in
Mhm.
a world where, hey man, I can do whatever I want. I'm the customer's always right. Blah 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 blah. This is why I've always tried to go to 10, even like 21 and up. I try to find a 21 and over theater if it's possible. This is before COVID.
Mhm.
Now because that eliminates 9/10 of the problem. If
Yeah.
you take the 10:50 p.m. showing on a Wednesday, what are the odds that a 21-year-old guy is going to be in there with his friends talking too much, right? Like at 10 p.m. on a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Now I try to go at the earliest showing or the latest showing, because the elderly, when they're in there alone, they tend to be quiet. I had that
Mhm.
one elderly dude who was talking during Avatar.
He was confused. He was a little confused by the sound of what you were saying. He
I
knew
mean, he
where
did
he
fall
was.
asleep. I knew he fell asleep. I knew he fell asleep. I knew
Yeah.
it. Yeah, what can you do?
Yeah.
They
When I
can't make their
when I
money
took
at home. These
right.
theaters, you know.
Yeah. One suggestion that I would say is you know, like in Avatar, you're gonna get up to go to the restroom probably at some point. At least if you're like me. And when you do, go tell them, hey, you need to tell those people to shut the fuck up, or I'm gonna do it for you. Like I can't take this. This is terrible. You guys need to run. You guys need to police your theater. And then you get your money back at least, probably at the end of it, and you put it on them, and then you know at least you get your money back and you got to see the movie. But and Tyler says, "And for the record, I don't want you off the show or any will. But if we're going to talk about a subject here, it's fair game for
Bro, it's
criticism."
not the Avatar shit. It's this dude's been talking shit about me in the fucking chat for like 3 weeks. I see it all the time. I just ignore it. You
Mm.
know, like he thinks he's being funny, and I'm like, all right, he thinks he's being funny. I make jokes. We all make jokes. But like, what I really think it is you just want to show how something I like isn't as good as you think how I think I like it. And at that point, I'm like, all right, well, you're kind of trying to find some like way of getting at me with trying not to claim. Just fucking say, I don't like that you like something, so I'm gonna do everything I can to show why you like something is stupid. We're not talking about the merits, whether something was successful or not successful, like an episode of Boba Fett. You're not telling me what you did. You're just telling me how it's really fucking stupid and everything you like is stupid and you're a fucking idiot. And then I know you go, well, Rob, you're being hyperbolic. Yeah, but so what? Like, I've already read your fucking statements, and what I got to do now, write everything I do and make this the tyrant show. Like, I got to go back and show all the fucking times. Like, if I don't reply to you on private DMs when you send me images, stop asking me what I think about it. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Like, I didn't reply to you. That's what I think about it. Like, just stop, dude. And if you want to fucking really talk about a subject and you really cared about the show, send Jason some fucking dollars. We'll read it. But
Uh,
like, this is just one of these things, man, where it's like, all right, since you wanted an emotional response, then you got an emotional response. I don't give a shit if you didn't like it, you know?
does this mean you don't want the AI created art of me and you as Mario and Luigi on
No, I
vacation
want
together?
that. I
No.
want that. Right? With no pants too. Right? Big
As
old
this,
70s bush, right?
as this true says,
But I want
I
the
heard.
hold on. I want the
Yeah.
70s bush carved out like a Nintendo Valley, right? Where it's got little like eyes and like, sloped hills, like yeah.
As the truth says, I heard Snapchat notification sounds. I saw phone screens light up my eye from below. People walking in and out, standing on my toes for 3 hours. Jeez, that sounds bad.
Yeah, I feel bad for you,
When it
like
ended, I said loudly, I can't believe I waited 13 years to see this only to be ruined by all of you, and a bunch of people just looked at me as if they were already leaving. Yeah.
well, that's how I unfortunately have to deal with most films. Like every time I've gone to the theater, um, not just since COVID, but definitely since COVID. Every Batman, every fucking screening had some fucking assholes who couldn't just like not look at their phone. I told you, I'm sitting at the Batman, and this guy's right there, just like looking at his phone. I'm like, the movie's just started. Like, you can't tell me it's because they were bored with the pacing. Like, the
Yeah.
movie starts, they just can't. And so this is like, what am I supposed to do, right? Because if we don't go to the theaters and give them money, then like they don't make anything. So I thought, well, maybe I'll buy a ticket, but then just eventually bootleg the movie so I don't have to go to the theater to watch it. But you can't, the bootlegs are horrible. You know what I mean? And then they're filled with ads. Like, I was gonna give them my money. The problem is fucking audiences suck, dude. We don't have the Alamo Draft House like thing everywhere where, if I could go to a place where I know that they were committed to like, hey, you're gonna be able to sit down and enjoy the freaking film. You can't. Everyone just treats it like this their living room. I mean, they might as well just start farting. You know what I mean? Like where can I taking a shit? Like
Mhm.
it's just ridiculous. And this is when theaters go, why don't people like going to the movie theater? Well, man, man, I'm trying. I'm trying, Jason. I'm
Yeah.
trying. I have a 3D TV. I don't need to see this shit in theaters. Like, but it's tough, man.
Yeah. I had a relatively good screening considering. You know, there was one second where some kid said something. I don't know what it was. I couldn't even hear it, so it wasn't like really that big of a deal. But like I said, my screening was super weird, and that there were people leaving, I think, frustrated with how long it was, and then people weeping about how emotional it was. And it was like it was strange. It was a strange contrast. I was just like, man, this movie might be divisive. I can't tell, you know. But Jedi Mike says Wakanda Forever was pin drop quiet for some amazing sequences. Huh. Yeah, I still haven't seen Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, I had a little kid like yelling out every time. Like he wasn't being rude. He was just being a kid,
He's
right?
being enthusiastic.
Yeah, but it was
Yeah,
just like,
that's good.
yeah, it was just one of those things where you're like, all right, so it's fine. I get that. But I
Yeah.
remember when we went to see Deadpool, they brought in their 8-year-old. And the kid started screaming when heads were being murdered. They had to take him out. The worst was when I went to go see Kill Bill Volume 1,
Mm-hmm.
the midnight showing. And I'm like, there'll be no one in here, right? Someone brought their fucking like 2-year-old, dude. They were just crying in the theater.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like,
Yeah.
it's fucking midnight, dude. Like it's Thursday. Like it's an R-rated film.
Yeah.
And I know in
You
his
know,
head, he's like, it's Thursday. It's an R-rated film. No one will be there. I'll bring my kid.
yeah. Well, it's like I brought my kids into movies, you know, when they were the whole time when they were small, and they just learned how to behave in a theater. And it was like always a part of like our experience, you know, that we went to the movies and that you shut up during it or you whisper very, very low. It's not a hard thing to like teach. It's not a hard thing to pass on. I don't understand why some parents have hard times with it. I never did. We know what I mean. My kids are just like they have like two responses. Either they sit down and they shut up, they watch the movie, or they go, I have to go to the bathroom, or they might go, I want to go home, and I just say no, go to sleep. And then they do,
Yeah.
or they watch the movie.
Well, I'm a
It's
gatekeeper, so what do I know?
but
I
yeah,
don't
no,
like people keep bringing their kids to
yeah.
midnight show. The
Well, no,
meanest thing I ever saw, Jason,
yeah.
was when we went and saw Transformers in 2007, IMAX up in Irvine,
Oh, the one with the dog
right?
killer.
With the first one? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
the
But
dog killer. Yeah, Mutt Williams, dog killer.
oh yeah, duh, yeah, okay. Sorry, I had to think about that. I
Just
forgot he
joking.
killed dogs.
I'm
Yeah, no,
joking.
you're right.
He did kill dogs. I mean, that's
Like
fucking crazy, isn't it?
the
Mutt
fucking
Williams killed
theater,
dogs.
right? The movie goes out of its way to tell you how loud it is. This is 24,000 decibels of sound. It will blow your.
Fuck
And
yeah.
these people had their kid in there, dude, like a fucking 1-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
And no earphones, no earmuffs, no protection. And I'm like, you're destroying that baby. I
Yeah.
remember how traumatic fireworks were when you were a kid.
That kid fucking rocks now.
Oh yeah.
That kid that gets by like what? Huh? Jedi Knight says WWE works because we never held Nixon responsible. Oh shit, that's a deep theory. Robert Sinclair says The Rock still has his eyes on wrestling in the main event at WrestleMania this year per Yahoo. Dude just can't give it up.
He unfollowed Warner Brothers. It's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's like that'll teach him.
then he claimed he like never followed them, but I don't know if that was true or not. I don't know. I don't follow him enough.
He can't be doing. Look, I mean, dude gets by, but what it really comes down to, that scenario,
Mm-hmm.
is that there was just this power vacuum when they were looking for talent, and the dude sort of just jumped in there and said, "Hey, you know, I can come in here and push some weight around." And had that film been financially successful, like had done whatever their projections were, Tyrant would know. I don't know what projections are. Then they would I assume maybe there'd be a different outcome. At the end of the day, though, they hired dudes to come in and do a job. And if they're like, hey, the easiest thing to do is to start over from our standpoint, then that's what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
You know, like how can you possibly be like, well, I came in to do a job, but I also had to keep this and that because Twitter would get mad. Like it's like that's not gonna it's
I
not gonna work.
you know, in terms of like action hero guys, I think The Rock sucks. I just never fucking done a thing I've cared about. I mean, he's never worked for me, you know. So I don't get it. I feel like
Jumanji movies were
people
great.
say
You didn't see
people
Jumanji?
yeah people because of that people say he's franchise Viagra.
That's
I think
campy as
I
that.
think fucking I think fucking Jumanji and what's the other thing that he was in? Fucking
You're being a
Scorpion
gatekeeper.
King.
You're
No,
being a
I'm being
gatekeeper.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
not respecting his work, Jason.
I don't respect his work.
You
I
have
think
to respect everyone's work at all
he's
times, or
no
you're a
Jean-Claude
gatekeeper.
Van
If you
Damme.
if you don't respect their work, you're a gatekeeper.
Yeah, that's
So
fair.
if you don't like Avatar, you're a gatekeeper. You see how this goes? It can always be turned on you. It's a double-edged sword.
Well, that's my personality on Twitter. You know, Celine Dion made that movie a promo beast as Jedi Mike. Yeah, that song did help. That song did help. I don't know if the Weeknd song is really doing very much for him. I have no idea for it or him. I
Well, who
haven't
did the
heard it.
song for the first Avatar? It didn't matter. Like it didn't. No one was listening to it either.
Mhm.
Um,
Robert St. Clair says early and late showings are definitely the way for him to go. And I use the Atom Tickets app to scout how many tickets have been purchased leading up to see how many people I can expect. So that's pretty convenient.
yeah, he's got it.
Mhm.
And then you just gotta hope that the people you could have one dude in there and just be like that dude just decides to be the world's biggest fucking asshole. You
Mhm.
know?
Yeah.
He gets up yelling at the movies, yelling at Cameron. This isn't leading to expectations.
Someday,
You know, I want bad Star Wars movies.
some our friends in the chat will end
They
up
do that.
with me in the movie theater, and someone will do it, and you'll hear my shut the fuck up. It's pretty convincing. I'm pretty good at it.
It's not about spaceships.
Right? It's not about spaceships. Shut the fuck up.
Get a grip, Jason. Get a grip.
Okay, I could try. But yeah, teach reading and stay in school, kids. That's true. But yeah, the whole phone addiction thing is you really when you see somebody do it, you gotta go, what's that light? you gotta set the tone.
It's the craziest thing, man. Like, even like forget younger kids that grew up with phones. People in my own age group. I was the only kid that had a phone in high school. My dad got one of those weird early phones, and he made me have it on me at all times. Because that's my dad. He was one of those fucking dudes. I hate phones. But even now, man, if I don't immediately fucking see something or reply to something, I don't keep my phone near me. Like Michael always, where did I put my? I had to have my wife call my phone half the time, and if the battery died, fuck, I know where it is. Like I do it for social. Like I gotta post art because that's the way the algorithms work. You gotta post some shit. But in terms of getting back to people, like sometimes I text you or you text me, we don't ever reply. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, but these people, if you don't fucking reply, they're over there stressing like Ren from Ren and Stimpy. Why didn't they reply to my, what are you doing? You're leaving me alone.
Yeah.
You've rejected me. You know, so it's just, I don't know what it is about. You could say it's attention deficit, but maybe I don't know, man. I don't know. I got a feeling if people had cell phones in the 80s, they would have been doing the same stupid shit, you know? Like
they would. I mean, they would. There's I mean, I think there's just there's a lot of different reasons for it. There's not one blanket reason.
Yeah, if I could pay, I don't mind paying $20 to go see a film if I know I can have a room where it's going to be people who are going to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I mean, react to the film, but you know,
yeah, no.
it's when you pay all that money and it's still fucked up. You hate
as
life.
it says, the higher frame rate I loved. Did not like when it dropped FPS, stutter and jarring. Very happy with the film though. My dad liked it more than the first one too. I like to see it again. Yeah, I liked it better than the first one. My dad liked the first one better and was mad about the retreading. He wants Avatar 3 is basically what it comes down to. And he was
Well, you're not going to get it. They've canceled Cameron.
Maybe. If what you're saying is true, it's done. It's over. Now they've already done the 4, right? So the 4 are a guarantee no matter what anyways, correct?
No, nothing's guaranteed. They'll just cancel things. Like that's what Warner HBO does.
It's not Zaz. That's not Zazzy. Zazzy ain't here. That's Zazzy, dude.
Tax write-off. Once one CEO finds out you can scrap a whole film for a tax write-off, they'll all start doing it, Jason. Don't you know how this works?
I can't remember what it was, but I think it's only like 15% is what you get off of it, like or back from it, or like as like a write-off. So it's really like kind of a dumb way to do things. Like what that guy's doing.
You gotta burn bridges.
Stupid.
You gotta burn bridges. You gotta scorch earth. It's the way to
Gotta
do
let
it,
people know you're not fucking
That's
around.
the future. Yeah. It's all going to be AI generated movies. That's the way to go, man. CEOs just type in something, get a movie, you're going to watch it.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm going to address this. We got to get going. It's an hour. This is great. Clearly read the Roman again. Again, you're high horse. You haven't earned it. I don't know what apparent shit starting you think I'm doing against you, but keep up the good fight. I know you don't, Tyrant. Most people are oblivious to their own bullshit actions until they get called out on it. But that's the way it works. I'm fine with. I don't. There's nothing in this life I've been told more, Jason, that I'm worth nothing. Like by people I love the most. So being that this guy means nothing to me, whatever. Throw it in the pot.
I love you, Tyrant. I love you.
Jason loves you.
I love you. I love you,
and I love.
What do I? And I love Mitt Romney. No, what?
He killed Toys R Us, Jason.
The I'm a KB man. Yeah,
he killed KB, Jason.
Oh fuck! This guy.
It's true.
The guy hates toys. I mostly hate adults who buy toys. Ironic? I don't know.
I read an article that said adults who buy toys are actually keeping the economy going. I'm like, yeah, just keep telling all these guys. I know, right? I know
that's not true at all.
I know.
That's so fucking stupid.
Big bad toy stores like, then why do we have all this shit? What's going on?
Yeah. How come nobody's buying these fucking Saul Goodman action figures we made? Why are they just sitting here?
Hey, they didn't make any. I would have bought them all.
Yeah, you see shit like that at Target though, and it doesn't really move. At least I don't think so. It doesn't appear to. But for all I know, it costs nothing to make, and the license costs nothing, and they're making hand over fist on it. But it does look like nobody buys that shit. Jedi Mike says the Romney tax write-off affects, but yeah. And I love you, Tyrant. I don't care. You could send me all the AI art you want. I'll just laugh or ignore it.
Just send it to him.
But yeah. But anyways, I think we did an hour. I think we did the show. I think Rob's gone to war with the audience already. What else is there to do, right?
Oh no, I gotta wait for the comments today when I'm told I'm the cringe AF. Bad bunny balls, blue dude will be out there complaining, and Tyrant will get his word in about how I'm useless.
Well, if you keep it up, maybe you'll get Jordan Mason to try to get validation off of his pathetic life. Off of you,
Meanwhile, they're still watching these shows, right? That like to incite bullshit race wars, and they still watch them to monitor their behavior. But I'm the one who has to deal with. I'm the asshole because I don't fucking appreciate your bullshit comments, but I only deal with it when you finally want to spam wall the fucking row and fucking try to get on my nerves. Well, you got on my nerves, so that's what it sounds like when you get on Rob's nerves.
As the truth says, Rob is right. That's not right. That's wrong.
No, that's wrong, dude. Totally
that's wrong. Let's cleanse our palate.
No
song. We'll just
Ahsoka
in the hood, taking the hood off.
No, she's no.
Ahsoka in the white hood.
No, don't do that.
What? Oh yeah, that's Ahsoka the gray. But anyways, we'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Maybe
I made a couple of I did a couple of news videos today just for fun. To see if I could do both. If I can do news videos and the discussion show. See how it went. I don't know if I'll keep doing that, but I gave it a try. See how it goes. And but we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll see. I will make sure that Jedi Mike is hyped for Ahsoka, and Tyrant will do some AI art for me, and I'll be happy. And I'm gonna get After into a theater without any other people. And you can just watch Avatar by himself.
What do you need Jason spoilers for? We can AI spoilers now, right? We just ask the chat bot and it knows what's going on. We just say, hey, what's the plot for Ahsoka? And it will just tell you because everything AI does is correct and right.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Jason, we're going to replace you with AI wards. Wait.
that sounds. Can I just like lay around and get fat, like really fat, do nothing?
You're speaking my language. But...
That sounds good. Yeah, I'm all about this AI overlord. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Say good night, Rob.
Good night, Rob.
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
It's the end of the show.
Come on, let's go. Hey!
go.
Come on, let's go.
It's not about spaceships.